Nostalgia has a new home under the bright lights here at the Fairplex at Pomona. The sound of two-stroke engines ring in the ears of thousands of fans excited to see their old heroes take to a track once again. This is Straight Rhythm presented by Kia. You're watching the Red Bull Signature Series.
You got a little, you can use much more.
Hey everybody, Soubeyras Keller here, your host of the Red Bull Signature Series, and allow me to welcome you to the Fairplex Pomona in Southern California, just east of Los Angeles, for the 5th edition of Straight Rhythm. Now this event has always been unique. We take the corners and the turns, which you see in a traditional supercross track, and we say bye. Instead, this is straight out head-to-head racing, side by side on a course that is nearly 3,000 feet in length with absolutely zero room for error. In 2018, this competition continues to evolve by going back in time. The four-strokes that you see dominating supercross and motocross races all year long, they have not been invited back. No, it is the two-strokes of the past, loved by both the riders and fans, that we will see going head-to-head. The gate is about to drop on our first race, so we're going to check in with Jason Wygant.
Okay, thank you, Sal. Let's get some expert analysis here from Grant Langston, a two-time Supercross champion, and you did compete at the very first Straight Rhythm 5 years ago, but it's changed a lot. In normal professional racing, it's been about 15 years since the two-stroke bike has won a race, but it's definitely going to win this time because we're all two-strokes. That's a game changer.
It certainly is. I'll tell you what, one thing about two-strokes is a lot of the youngsters have not had a ton of experience. They may have rode mini bikes that were two-strokes, but now we get to the point, as adults, it's a little bit different. We see some of the veterans, yes, they've been out of the game for a little while, but because of their two-stroke background, it's like muscle memory, it comes back. And the best way to describe it is between a two-stroke and a four-stroke. A two-stroke is like riding a manual car. You've got to do everything yourself, a lot of work, keep it in the RPM. An automatic is like a four-stroke. It'll pick up the power no matter what gear it's in. It'll find the right gear. So for these guys, very precise. It's going to be interesting to see who can get it done.
And then to make it even more unpredictable, not only bikes they're not used to, but riders in different stages of their career. We have full-time factory riders that are pros right now. We have young up-and-comers and some retired pros racing, so really hard to know how it's going to turn out.
I tell you what, I think a lot of the people are really excited about the Ryans. Dungey and Villopoto, those two had a great rivalry. They're fresh out of retirement. And today, I think those two, when they get on that gate, it's going to be really interesting. They're going to lay it all out on the table.
All right, let's get a report from the racetrack with Tina Dixon.
Jason, this is what it looks like to be here at the finish line, an absolutely electric atmosphere, and it also has that very distinct sound of the two-stroke. Now, we're just finishing up the round of 16, but the defending champion in the two-stroke class, Jared Stanky, has been eliminated. So it does open the door a little bit, but I'll tell you what, these guys are pushing so hard, and if you look at these whoops right here, a lot of it's going to come down to this. The finish line is right there. But for now, let's send it up to Kate.
As the competition is heating up, what is really going on in the minds of these riders as they're at the start gate? And talking to Josh Grant, number one, make no mistakes. And number two, you really are looking to see where you can find extra speed. But one thing he did say that you're not doing, you're not thinking about the other rider beside you, because the moment you look over at that guy, you lose your rhythm. And that's what this is all about, is finding that rhythm. Jason?
We already raced the first round of the 250s, so now we are down to the Elite 8. Ryan Dungey will face off against Cedric Soubeyras, the Frenchman. Ryan Villopoto against Josh Grant. That's an old rivalry there. Jordan Smith against Cameron Mcadoo. And Shane Mcelrath, who has won this race several times on a four-stroke, against the very speedy Ryan Morris. So it's going to get tighter as we move into the quarterfinals. Dungey was the fastest rider. Soubeyras the 8th quickest. Dungey eliminated the 16th fastest, Mike Brown, earlier tonight. So we'll see how Dungey against Soubeyras goes here. And in Straight Rhythm, we run best 2 out of 3. If you win 2 races, you move on. If you lose 2 races, you're out. If they each win 1, we'll have a 3rd race to determine who goes to the next round. So Ryan Dungey has never had a race on a 252 stroke in his illustrious career. He did some 125 two-stroke races when he was a teenager in the amateur ranks. But his professional races were always on a 250 or 450 four-stroke. We have seen rapid improvement each time Dungey has gotten on the bike throughout the weekend.
Well, that, and he's got the Red Bull KTM team behind him, and I'm telling you, that bike is just barking if you're out here in person. I mean, it just sounds like it produces horsepower. But for the Dungey, as you said, not a ton of two-stroke experience, a retired rider, but this guy is in shape. If you measure his waist, I'm telling you, he is
He looks fitter than even his racing days somehow. Yeah.
It's making me look bad.
But Soubeyras is especially skilled in technical supercross type conditions, battling off the gate right now.
Well, two supercross champions from opposite sides of the Atlantic. Dungey off to a great start.
Headed to go RVing double, and Dungey able to lead Soubeyras through there. And as we head to the middle of the track, about a 3-bike length lead for the 4-time champion of Supercross.
All right, he's going to scrub it over to here. Now he comes over the halfway jump, the tunnel jump. You land after this, little scrub. He's going to double in, double over again, onto this tabletop. Oh, he goes over, now on, off.
Ooh, got a little close to the white line in the middle. Crowd comes to life as they see Dungey right in front of them through the whoops. And he wins his first race against the Frenchman, Soubeyras. Soubeyras on a Suzuki RM250. They haven't made that bike in a long time, but the bike sure looks brand new. That thing is fresh and ran pretty well, but he's got to come back and try to beat Dungey in the next one. More quarterfinal action when we return to Southern California for Straight Rhythm, presented by Kia. You're watching the Red Bull Signature Series. Straight Rhythm, part of the Red Bull Signature Series, is brought to you by the all-new 2019 Kia Forte, Unroll. By BF Goodrich Tires, what are you building for? By Musco Lighting, we make it happen. And by Go RVing, find your way. And we're racing here with Grant and Villopoto. Kia whole shot going to Villopoto. He's got a slight edge, but Grant coming right back with a huge scrub.
Halfway point. This is where JG shines. He has uncorked a big jump there. Little bobble. This is going to be interesting.
He can't get it. He couldn't get the big jump he wanted, so now it comes down to the whoops. And Villopoto has been lightning quick through there all night, and he continues. And he holds off Grant. Great battle between those two who have a lot of history. They're about the same age. They came through the ranks together. They battled on 250s and 450s on 4-strokes for a long time. Here is that Kia whole shot. Slight edge for Villopoto early. Grant was in comeback mode.
Well, JG actually looked like he had like a wheel length off the start. You see it there. But it changes shortly after that. Watch Villopoto. Gets the wheels on the ground, drives off those tabletops. It's hard to see from the front, but he's got more forward bite. And there, you can see he has taken the lead, and he never lets it go because he never makes a mistake. Both riders giving it everything they got. And I tell you what, Villopoto, that was impressive.
So we'll be back with more Villopoto and Grant because you got to win 2 races to eliminate the other rider. Should be fun to get those 2 old rivals back on the track. Next matchup, it's going to be Cameron Mcadoo against Jordan Smith. To get to Ryan Dungey, Mcadoo's going to have to go through Jordan Smith, who's on a factory KTM. We'll see how he performs against Smith, who has been lightning quick every time he's been out on the racetrack.
Oh, you can hear those bikes bark straight away. Smitty with a bit of a launch out there. Great off the gate. But Mcadoo, so consistent, stays right there.
Mcadoo keeping him honest, and I think actually wrestling the lead from Smith, who was the faster rider in qualifying. Mcadoo on the gas, but Smith beautiful over the top of those tabletops and is able to edge ahead.
Yeah, he was smooth through there. Little bobble from Mcadoo, and he cases that jump. Now a bike length or 2 behind. But
a few mistakes from Smith. Mcadoo's got another shot. The America's Tire Whoop section coming up, separating them from the finish line. Mcadoo rode very well, but Smith just that much better. Mcadoo kept him honest. First half of the run, he was right there.
I think if he didn't make that mistake earlier on, it would have kept things really interested. But, of course, he has a chance to redeem himself.
Mcelrath versus Morris. Mcelrath won this race in the 250 4-stroke class the last 2 years, but that was considered the stepping stone class to the main division. Now he's in the big class, which is considered 252 strokes tonight. So you'd think he could be a favorite because he's won this race before, but Ryan Morris has been so quick all night long.
He's been solid. He's been strong.
and a little edge. I'd say the Kia whole shot goes to the 116 of Morris. But quickly, you see him in the pink helmet. That's a custom-painted 1990s style Troy Lee Designs lid on the 12 of Mccelrath, and he's making a comeback against Morris.
Well, I gotta say, Ryan Morris riding phenomenal at the moment. If he holds off on this one, this will be a huge upset. Morris, a test rider for KTM. He's been around a long time. I've known the guy. He almost won an East Coast title. Right now, trying to get redemption. He's on fire.
Yes, and Mccelrath, one of the best in the supercross game right now, and he's using those skills to come back. He has wrestled the lead
this is
from
tight.
Morris into the America's Tire Whoop section, wheel to wheel, and a clutch performance by Mccelrath to come from behind when Morris had the edge. We're back to the top of the bracket. Ryan Dungey against Cedric Soubeyras. Dungey won the first one between these two. If he wins this, he moves on. Soubeyras needs to win it to force a third run between them. Dungey a slight edge on Soubeyras early on. Soubeyras on the yellow Suzuki. Dungey on that orange KTM. Soubeyras very precise to those triples to keep Dungey under control. He's right there with him.
Dungey is on fire, but you saw him clip the top of that jump. Little bobble there. Soubeyras is riding well. Dungey may have given a chance to get back in the game. Oh, Soubeyras overjumped that jump. Lost another bike length.
And I think he touched the white line also. Soubeyras going to keep trying, but that mistake gives Dungey about 5 bike lengths. Now in view of the fans, into the whoops. Ryan Dungey has eliminated Cedric Soubeyras and is moving on into the semifinals.
Yeah, he's the Dungeonator.
He's here to eliminate people.
Soubeyras, that was a really great run from him. He gave it everything. Through these tabletops, they've been tricked for all these guys all day long. You see them scrubbing, and then Soubeyras got an awkward kick. His rear wheel brushed the line there. I think the officials would be cool with that, but later on before the whoops.
So Ryan Dungey's going to move on. He's won 2 rounds, one against Brown, one against Soubeyras. Let's send it down to Tina.
Yeah, and just a few minor mistakes on there, but Cedric was a bigger mistake, and you got the lead. Just walk us through that.
You know, I got off to a good start, obviously, and I hung the rhythm lane a little bit, but then just tried to stay consistent. More chase after a good lap time, more than competing against another guy. Kind of try to set the standard a little higher, but I'm just having fun. Yeah, just enjoying it.
Okay, but you do have the potential, depending on who wins the next heat, to race against Villopoto. So what can you say about that?
I would be pumped. I was kind of hoping that would happen. I hope that he can do it and we can go head to head like old times. So be fun.
Thanks, Ryan.
So will Villopoto be able to advance? And then we can see the Ryan versus Ryan matchup in the semifinals. We'll find out when we return to the Red Bull Signature Series.
Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series. It's Straight Rhythm, presented by Kia. The smell of two-stroke glory is in the air, and the crowds are enjoying the open pits and the nighttime racing under the lights, provided by Mcadoo. If Villopoto wins this one on the number 2, he moves on. The 33 of Grant has to win this one, or he is eliminated. And a great start for Grant.
Good start from Grant. Villopoto also a solid start, but JG needs this. He doesn't need to uncork that jump now that he's ahead. Just do not make a mistake and remind yourself that you got a 4-time Supercross champion behind you. If there's one thing he knows how to do, that's go fast in a straight line. Woo! Mistake from JG.
And a little one from Villopoto, but Villopoto is closer than ever. It's about half of a bike length, but Grant continuing to control it. This is the rhythm lane where Grant has the big jump.
Doesn't do it though.
Nope, he doesn't need to because he's got the lead on Villopoto.
He's got to nail the whoops.
But Villopoto's been very quick to the whoops. Not quick enough. Grant beats Villopoto, and we're going to a third run.
Yeah!
And there's his dad, Mike Grant. He's pumped.
This is what we love right here.
Man.
Let's go, 3 rounds, baby. The crowd is on their feet. They are fired up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited too. I love this stuff right now. This is cool.
There's Mike Grant. There's the reaction.
Yeah, there's a proud papa right there.
Villopoto sent it through these whoops. But,
he was good.
Yeah, but
so good.
Grant did not lose much ground there and was able to maintain his advantage to the end. So this is going to be high pressure. Back to the starting gate we go. Mcadoo has to try to beat Jordan Smith, or he will be eliminated on the number 44. Smith leads it 1-0.
Oh, more tension. Is he a Mcadoo or a Mcadoo? Let's see. Mcadoo, we're going round 3. This will be fun. That was a quick gate drop, and I think that caught Mcadoo off. He looked like a little caught off guard how quick that gate dropped, and he lost about a half a bike length immediately. It's going to be tough.
All right, center of the racetrack. Can Mcadoo find something special? Ooh, he over-jumped off of the top of that table a little bit, but he's still right there.
We're heading the halfway point. This is the halfway jump right here. Mcadoo still has a chance. For Smitty, if he doesn't make that bobble, he's got this.
Jordan Smith out of Belmont, North Carolina on that Red Bull Troy Lee Designs KTM, but that's normally a 254-stroke team. They built him a 252-stroke for tonight, and he's taking it into the next round as he has eliminated Cameron Mcadoo. Mcadoo, though, for a guy who had not ridden this motorcycle until Tuesday, solid performance, even though he's out of competition now. He rode it well. So we got another run coming here.
Fast-paced, right?
Mcelrath versus Morris. Yeah, it's non-stop racing here in Red Bull straight rhythm. Kia whole shot on the line. Man, that's almost too close to call. Maybe a slight edge to Mcelrath on the 12. Morris on the 116 coming right back on him.
Double, triple, triple, double. Then soak it up over the step up. Another double, triple, and scrub it over this jump coming up. Well, sorry, tabletops. Then they will soak it up, scrub it over this big jump that they hit wide open.
Mcelrath sure looks strong this time. One rhythm section and the whoops remain. Mcelrath maintaining his edge. He stepped it up from where they were in the first one, where Morris was ahead. And through the America's Tire whoop section, Mcelrath holds off Morris to advance to the next round. Morris speedy all day and night, but it's not enough to stop Mcelrath. So we're excited for the final race of the quarterfinals under the lights provided by Mcadoo.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, now these two have had some classic battles through the years. Villopoto, a 4-time supercross champion, but on any given night, Josh Grant, when he was feeling it, could run with Villopoto. Maybe tonight's another one of those.
Josh Grant, incredible natural talent, maybe the most underrated rider on the grid, but Villopoto with all the credentials, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, Grant about a half a bike length on Villopoto right now.
Everything those two riders had, I'm telling you, they gave it all right there. This is...
Whoa, wide open into that pit. But right now, Grant continues to maintain the lead. Villopoto in the red and black.
Little mistake from Grant. Grant made the little mistake. Villopoto side by side. They scrub it. Oh my goodness. Halfway point.
Pushing to get right back on it. It is absolutely side by side, dead even into the final rhythm lane. Will Grant try the big jump combo? No.
This is so close. They scrub it. It's the whoops. Who's going to get the drive?
Right to the finish. I can't even call it.
That was so close.
Unbelievable. And
Mike thinks it was his boy.
I mean, he's got reason to believe it was right there. His dad doesn't know.
No,
and they're giving
it was Villopoto.
It's Villopoto.
By 1/100th of a second.
Unbelievable between these two.
This is it. This was tabletops. Watch them. They scrub this jump. It was so even. Then they float over this next big jump. That's the halfway point, the tunnel jump. Another speed check. This rhythm was crucial. I mean, they were so close.
Grant couldn't get the big rhythm, so it came down to the whoops. They both gave it everything they had. Maybe Villopoto got the rear wheel down an instant earlier, got the drive, and got it. A 43-2 versus a 43-19. Villopoto eliminates Grant, and now we will see the Ryans, Villopoto and Dungey, and then Smith against his teammate Mcelrath. Let's send it to Tina.
Yeah, and I wish you guys could have heard how loud the crowd was screaming down here. Ryan, it came down. It doesn't get much closer than that. How hard were you pushing there at the end?
Yeah, no, it definitely was definitely close. Josh was on it, and you know, just didn't make any real mistakes, but didn't have a super clean run. So glad to get to the next round. It's going to be tough. Either I'm going home or Dunge's going home next.
Yeah, and it's been smack talking leading up to now, and now it's the riding does the talking.
Now it's go time. So Dunge, I hope you're ready.
Yeah, the old school rivalry is alive. The Ryans, Dungey and Villopoto, they will face off in the semifinals. When we return, you're watching the Red Bull Signature Series. Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series. We are here under the lights of the Fairplex in Pomona, California for Straight Rhythm presented by Kia. Well, the crowds are excited here in California, not only to see two-stroke racing, old school bikes, but some old school racers, including some that are coming out of retirement. So let's see what it was like for Ryan Dungey when he arrived here at the track. Just announced, Ryan Dungey is going to come out of retirement for one night only to race Red Bull Straight Rhythm. And after a year on the couch, we're all wondering, does the 7-time champion still have what it takes to sit on top of the podium one last time?
Your wife said, "Have a great day at the track. Love you." Would you like to reply?
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Thanks. Love you too.
Ready to send it?
Just send it.
Okay, it's sent.
Go! Hey! See you, buddy.
So Dungey having a bit of fun with us all, and from the looks of his performances, he's having some fun on the racetrack too. Well, we've got what we wanted. The Ryans, Dungey and Villopoto, 8 Supercross championships between the two of them. They're gonna face off in our semifinal. Maybe the longest running rivalry at the top of the sport ever. And what was interesting about it, when they battled, they always kept it between the lines. We never really heard cheap shots, trash talk. They never really rode each other rough on the track. It was just two competitors that wanted the same thing.
Absolutely.
It's Ryan versus Ryan. Kia whole shot on the line. I think maybe a slight edge to Villopoto, but quickly Dungey shoots to the lead.
Dungey's got it right now. They do the same rhythm, no major mistakes. About maybe a bike length at most. Villopoto's still in it. Dungey to the right. They
a couple little scrubs. Yeah, Villopoto's starting to pull even. He was a bike length behind, making a half. Nearly wheel to wheel.
They go over this double. This is the halfway point over this jump. Dungey, like you said, with a bike length. This is where it's going to happen.
All right, so the whoops are coming up. The crowd responding. They've got the Ryans right in front of them. Dungey pulling away just a bit. Can Villopoto find something in the whoops? He does, but it's not enough.
He had a run. If those whoops were longer, that would have been interesting, but Dungey, too strong on that one. Got out of the gate clean, didn't bobble. Right when Villopoto got there, like right to his wheel, you could tell Dungey was able to just eke away. Look at this place. They're going bananas. I can hear them below us. They're not on our microphones, but they are enjoying it.
Oh, to see the two Ryans duking it out like this again. At this point, it looked like hope was lost, but Villopoto, a couple little scrubs on some of the smaller jumps got him close. He was very fast at the entrance to the whoops.
Well, his front wheel missed like 2 of them. Dungey missed the last one, but Villopoto had a head of steam there.
We're ready for our next round. It's teammate against teammate. Shane Mcelrath on the number 12, Jordan Smith on the 28. Whereas Dungey and Villopoto have come out of retirement to compete here, Smith and Mcelrath, they are full-time racers. They were in 2018. They will be in 2019. Multiple wins between them in 250 Supercross. Mcelrath has 5 career wins, 3 for Jordan Smith. So these guys are in the prime of their careers right now. Almost too close to call right now. Maybe a slight edge for the 12 of Mcelrath. Smith, quick through this triple-triple to draw even.
They almost look like carbon copies as they go by side by side.
And Mcelrath, he did say he likes this race because the focus on being perfect in every jump, he thinks it's good practice for regular supercross races with multiple laps. Smith wants to be here just because he thinks it's fun, but it's not fun right now. It is serious competition and very close between the teammates. Mcelrath a little bit of a lead as the whoops come up next.
Oh, Smitty could have had him, little bobble there. We heard the rider saying the right lane is maybe not as good through the whoops because of being steeper, but little mistake from Mcelrath didn't allow him the chance to come back.
So Mcelrath beats Smith in the first run. Let's get psyched up for this. Ryan versus Ryan again. Dungey a slight edge over Villopoto the first time he won the round. Now they're going to flip-flop lanes. We'll see if that can make the difference. Maybe there's something that Villopoto learned that he can use against his old rival here. Let's go racing at straight rhythm. Dungey a little bit of a lead. Key a whole shot there. Villopoto keeping it a little lower as they go into the Go RV double, trying to mount a comeback.
Villopoto right there. Dungey, did he get the drive? Villopoto got a good drive on those jumps. They're almost neck and neck now.
Villopoto doing everything he can to try to get Dungey.
Dungey, not someone to make a mistake, and Villopoto makes that mistake.
He crossed the line. I think that's going to be a DQ and a trip to the finals. Dungey through the America's Tire Whoop section gets it, and he eliminates Villopoto. The battle of the Ryans goes to Dungey. So who will join Ryan Dungey in the final? Jordan Smith and Shane Mcelrath take to the track when we return to the Red Bull Signature Series. Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series. It's Straight Rhythm presented by Kia. A beautiful night here in Southern California. It is 75 degrees, perfect conditions for our 250 two-stroke semifinals. The question is, who will Dungey face off against? Will it be Jordan Smith or will it be Shane Mcelrath? Mcelrath won the first run between these two. Smith needs to win this or he's eliminated. We will, by the way, have trophy races for third. Villopoto will be in that one. Which rider will he go against? One of these riders will go to the finals. The other one will be in the third place runoff race a little later on tonight. And by the way, those are old school Troy Lee Designs helmets. Troy Lee now operates a race team for KTM, but he started as a helmet painter, so he's got a lot of retro touches on the custom helmets for his two riders tonight. Smith on the rider's right on the 28, an edge over Mcelrath.
Oh, really close right now. You see them similar rhythm, but like you said, Smitty's got the edge on this one over Mcelrath. Crucial to get good drive off these tabletops. Little speed check.
And Smith continuing to stretch it. He has found something special in this second run. Mcelrath, the last-ditch effort.
Mcelrath scrubbed that really well. He was very efficient. Now they're almost neck and neck.
It's going to be a drag race to the whoops. I think Mcelrath might pull out. No! Smith just hangs on. What a race.
Love it. Woo. You couldn't script this stuff. These guys are so close. Round 3 coming up.
Oh, yeah. So one win for Mcelrath, one win for Smith. I thought Smith had this one under control, but Mcelrath did something right here to get back with him.
He was just really efficient about getting that rear wheel to the ground. In other words, getting the power. Watch the rear wheel, straight to the ground, big roost. Gets the great drive, but Smitty nails the whoops as well, doesn't lose anything. And it comes down to literally a wheel length once again.
Man, Jordan Smith gets it, and that was about 1/10 of a second between them there. Two riders, both out of North Carolina, who raced each other on the 50 65s, 65s, the 85s, the super minis, the 125s, and now 250, normally 4 strokes tonight, 250 2 strokes, waiting for their shot at Ryan Dungey, who will be in the final. And this will be like going back to the early days of racing for these two. Mcelrath and Smith, many, many, many races against each other through the years. Now they're teammates, they're still friends. On the line, a trip to the finals in the 250 class of Red Bull Straight Rhythm. And you've got to figure identically prepared motorcycles, of course, as well. So who's the better rider? Let's find out. Mcelrath a slight edge early. Oh, now it's a 28 of Smith. He's got him.
Yeah, Smith looked like he was just edged out Mcelrath. This is going to be a close one all day long. These guys were so close in times. I'm telling you, it comes down to who does not make the mistake. Side by side, coming to the halfway point.
Smith gets the power down just a fraction of a second earlier. Big scrubs. They're trying to get all the speed they can back onto this track. Mcelrath pulls back ahead of Smith.
Yeah, he gets that clean. He's got a bike length lead. It's going to come down the whoops. The left side's been a little bit quicker at times.
Here we go. Mcelrath gets the win and goes to the finals. Oh, and Smith wins the previous by half a bike length.
And there's Troy in the crowd.
Oh, Troy Lee.
He had his hand up in the air. He knew one guy in his team won. There he is.
Yep.
Crossed his arms. He's like, we went 1-2 in that one. I'm not happy.
So there you see Smith had it, but a big scrub.
Yeah, that was a big scrub right there.
And that allowed Mcelrath to pull even. Edges ahead here. 28 of Smith gave it everything he had through the whoops. Couldn't quite get there.
You can tell these guys are giving it everything. They're getting loose in the whoops, and that's not typical for riders, but it's purely because they're going for the win at the end, because it comes down to these guys.
So Mcelrath eliminates Smith, Dungey eliminates Villopoto, and we've narrowed the field from 16 down to 2. Who will be the king of the two-stroke, Ryan Dungey or Shane Mcelrath? The final battle when we return to the Red Bull Signature Series. Straight Rhythm, part of the Red Bull Signature Series, has been brought to you by Must Go Lighting. We make it happen. By Go RVing. Find your way. By BF Goodrich Tires. What are you building for? And by the all-new 2019 Kia Forte. Unruled. So our final is set at Red Bull Straight Rhythm. Ryan Dungey taking on Shane Mcelrath. So it's one of the best racers from now against one of the best of the recent past. Going to be hard to pick a winner in the finals. Let's send it to Kate.
Last year on the line, you said you have to focus and get a little angry. How much of that advice are you taking right now?
It's been really tough to get to the finals tonight. First time in the big class on a bike that can compete with the other ones, and I'm up against Ryan Dungey. I mean, I couldn't say enough good things about him, so I got to be on it. I gotta be aggressive. I gotta get mean, and I'm not as nervous to race Ryan because I don't know why, but I don't like getting beat by Jordan Smith, and I know he's the same. But we're in the finals, and I want to do everything I can to beat Ryan.
Mcelrath has raced this event every time we've had it. The last 2 years, he's won the 250 four-stroke class. This is the first year he's competing at the highest level of the event. Let's see if he can win it again. Here is your bracket, your final four in 250s were Ryan Dungey and Ryan Villopoto. Dungey beat Villopoto there. Mcelrath edged Smith on his side. That set up the Dungey versus Mcelrath final. Villopoto beat Smith for third place in the trophy race. So we're locked in. Ryan Dungey, Shane Mcelrath. Dungey's been retired for about a year and a half. Mcelrath is an up-and-coming star of this sport. I know the riders keep saying this race was for fun. There's not a lot on the line, but if you're Mcelrath, it would be pretty big on the resume to say you beat Ryan Dungey, even if Dungey's retired.
It'd be huge, even for Dungey to say, hey, I came out of retirement, won Red Bull Straight Rhythm. It makes people think, hey, imagine if he was out there. Either way, when riders say they want to have fun, they're only having fun when they're winning. So let's keep that in mind.
So Dungey on the number 5. Mcelrath will be on the 12, a pair of KTM, so the bikes are pretty evenly matched. It's rider versus rider in our first run of the 250 final. Little lead for Dungey as we get to the first rhythm lane.
Dungey does have a slight edge. Mcelrath is still right there. These riders almost look like carbon copies side by side. Almost reminds me of a Dungey-Muskin battle from a few years ago. But still nothing in it as they head to the halfway point.
Absolutely side by side. How can you pick a winner at this point? It's dead even. Who can execute this final set of jumps?
Key word, execute. Be patient through, yeah, you got to get there clean. Mccelrath with a wheel length lead, coming to the whoops.
Here it is, Dungey, a mad rush to the whoops to try to get him back. Mccelrath.
From behind.
I think Mccelrath got it. Yes, he did.
The crowd, they don't even know. They're listening.
Incredible.
Woo! Mccelrath.
That is 300ths of a second. That might be the closest race we've had thus far, and they were equal all the way down this track.
It is so hard to call it at this point. We just know it's exciting. They're giving it everything, trying to soak it up, drive everything they can. Hard on the brakes there, hard on the gas and the clutch. Get your weight back, get up through the gearbox, and look at that. Mccelrath came through and another wheelie across the finish line.
Yeah, you're right. I'd say it was probably the last 10 feet.
Yep.
He pulled back away from Dungey. And by the way, that is the fastest run of the night for Mccelrath. That's what it took to beat Dungey.
That is also very brave, wheeling, dropping the front wheel into the face of a big double. That just shows you the skill these guys have and the confidence they have.
And the fact that they're throwing all caution to the wind to try to win this thing. Mccelrath doesn't care about the jump that's after the finish. He was doing everything he could to beat Dungey to the finish, and he did it. Dungey's got to beat him in this next one. So Ryan Dungey, he's in a must-win situation. If Mccelrath beats him in this one, it's over, and Mccelrath is your champ. If Dungey wins it, they'll be 1-1, and we'll have to go to a third race. Let's do it again. Mccelrath and Dungey. Little edge for Dungey off the line. Mccelrath on the number 12 trying to come back.
Oh, this is so close. Once again, they look almost like a carbon copy, but you're right. Dungey has a slight lead this time around. Unlike last time where it was too close to call, but once again, Mccelrath closes up a little bit as they hit the halfway point. This is where it really comes down to who can nail this last half of the track.
Mccelrath still fighting, but Dungey has been perfect throughout this run. He gets through the final jumps. Now into the whoops. Can he hold Mccelrath off? We got a race.
3! Just what the fans wanted. They are, well, there's no one in the stands anymore. They're all up against trackside, up against the fence, because, well, they want to be right there. They love the smell, the sound. What an incredible run.
Dungey, beautiful throughout this run. Mccelrath had his moments, but Dungey never made a mistake.
Oh, Dungey, typical Ryan Dungey. This is how he won all his professional championships. Not always blindingly fast, but so consistent, never makes a mistake. He looks like he never even got off the couch. Old Dungey.
Al Dungey, yeah.
Man.
Looks like the same Ryan Dungey that was a supercross champ just over a year ago.
Stick to riding dirt bikes. No need to go selling shoes right now. You've got this, Al Dungey. That was incredible right there.
Well, his old rival, Ryan Villopoto, called him out, put the Instagram post out and said, Al Dungey, get off the couch before you're married with children and come race with me. Dungey answered the call, beat Villopoto in the semifinals. He beats Mccelrath in one of these final races. Now it all comes down to this. And there's the post we were just talking about, Villopoto with the Instagram post. Got the Photoshop of Ryan Dungey on Al Bundy
growing up. I mean, even in South Africa, I was a big fan.
Yes, that got Dungey fired up. He said, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to straight rhythm. Villopoto is waiting for him. They put on quite a show battling each other earlier in the night in the semis. Dungey gets the edge, but that wasn't for the championship. He's got to beat Mccelrath here to get it. Mccelrath, no slouch, winning this race in the 250 four-stroke class the last 2 years. We're not letting four-strokes race this event anymore. He has to adapt to the two-stroke. Can Mccelrath beat Dungey for the win? Dungey and Mccelrath, let's let him rip on the two-strokes one last time. Side by side, maybe too close to call. Slight edge for Dungey, perhaps? No, it goes back to Mccelrath.
Yeah, like you said, too close to call right now. Now Mccelrath has it. They go to the jump. Dungey got over that jump clean. They got to get off these tables super clean.
Oh, beautiful for both of them. Side by side, maybe a half a bike length for Mccelrath. Dungey is giving it everything he has to come back on the number 5.
It's past the halfway point. No mistakes right now. Just ahead for Mccelrath. Dungey's got to drive. It's got to come down the whoops.
Side by side to the wall jump, into the whoops, in for all the marbles, and rhythm.
He did it in the 250 class, which is now 125s. He moves up, he gets it done again. Ryan Dungey, you got to take your hat off to him. The crowd is up on their feet. What a race, phenomenal. Gotta love that.
Not bad for a retired guy, but not good enough to beat the current racer, Shane Mcelrath, who won in the stepping stone division of this class the last two years, but now he's won in the premier division, and he's pumped up as he salutes the crowd. His team owner, Troy Lee, in that mob of people out there, has got to be happy. Shane Mcelrath has conquered the 252 stroke division, the premier class of Red Bull Straight Rhythm for 2018.
Wow, what a night of racing. Unbelievable. This was probably the biggest gap we saw between them throughout the entire evening. So close. Dungey was able to get a good drive on those whoops. You saw him get kicked. If he got that good drive, it would have been another photograph finish, but Shane Mcelrath has been strong all weekend long.
Let's send it to Tina with our champion.
And Shane Mcelrath did it tonight. What a race. It goes to 3. Take us through what your mindset was there at that third race, the last half.
I just had to be like Jordan, like we talked about. Had to get a little angry and know that a good run wasn't gonna win. I mean, these two sitting on my right and left, they're not 4-time champs for nothing. So, I mean, it's 40 seconds in a straight line, but this really teaches you a lot of technique and stuff. And man, God is good. This is awesome.
You've won this event before, but in the lights, what does it mean now to win in the 2-stroke class?
I was very nervous coming into this. I only put about 30 minutes worth of riding on this bike, on a 252 stroke on supercross ever. And I was really nervous coming in. Thursday at practice, I didn't feel very good at all. But this morning in practice, every run was just getting better and better. And I think those are my best runs later here tonight, and it's awesome. Feels good.
Congratulations, guys.
Well, congrats to Shane Mcelrath for winning the championship, but they're all winners tonight. Not only did they get the sound, the smell, the cool feel of riding a 2-stroke, but an added bonus, the closest racing we've ever seen at this event.
Well, that's what's awesome about this event. It brings the past, the present, the future of riders. We saw that. Guys off the couch, guys maybe people at home weren't familiar with. Really awesome racing. How many photograph finishes did we see? And that third final race tiebreaker, that's one thing you can never factor in, and 2018 brought it.
Absolutely. So everything we hope to see and more. It was a phenomenal Red Bull Straight Rhythm. For Grant Langston, Kate Osborne, and Tina Dixon, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching. Let's send it back to Sal one last time.
Thank you, Jason, and thanks to all of you for joining us at Pomona Fairplex for the 2018 edition of Straight Rhythm. Congratulations to Ryan Villopoto on taking third, Ryan Dungey coming off the couch and capturing second, and of course, Shane Mcelrath for standing atop the podium, the young hotshot besting the former champions and therefore capturing our signature moment. The Red Bull Signature Series travels from the inland empire of Southern California and motorbikes to the majestic landscape of southern Utah near Zion National Park and mountain bikes. The top freeride mountain bikers on the planet taking on what can only be described as the most jaw-dropping competition on a bike. Be sure to join us for the 13th edition of Red Bull Rampage on December 16th on Fox. Thank you for choosing to hang out with us today. Be sure to follow us in any manner in which you get social. And on behalf of our entire crew, we'll see you next time.